Hello and good afternoon, everyone. How are you doing today? This is Evelina Hovic. No, let's start again. This is Evelina from evelinahovic.com, and this is a weekly Thursday 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time live stream where I talk about nutrition, mindset, wellness, manifestation, and all the things that have to do with creating an amazing, happy, what was the word I was looking for? Vibrant life. That's the one I really like. I like the word vibrant. Just a quick tech check that is all in the right channels at the right time, the right place. And we'll start in a minute. If you're joining me live, make sure to say hi so I can see you here. And if you're catching the replay, please hashtag replay and let me know if you have any comments, suggestions, questions, and whatever else you want to tell me. So, am I need to be able to see that I'm on the right page. Okay, great stuff. Okay, perfect. So today I was inspired to talk about the difference of being a victim as opposed to a creator or winning at life. And the reason I am going to be talking about this is because I often hear this, and this is something that happened in the last couple of days that just sort of inspired me to chat about this again. But I'm going to start with some really tough love, but you know that it's only from the place of love and care. And I'm going to give you, I'll discuss a little bit about what it means being a victim as opposed to being a winning, like being a winner, creator of your life. And also I'll give you a couple of really powerful mindset shifts and suggestions so you can try and see how that works for you, because I know those work. I know that they are effective, so I will invite you to experiment with those as well. So, you know, I hear it so often, both from friends and clients, and I just see it happening. And this is what really inspired me, is that phrase of, I really want to, whatever, sleep better, sleep more, be healthy. I want to eat better. I want to, do all those things for myself. I want to do meditation. I want to do more, work out more, but I don't have the time. I don't have time. And I believe you, and I trust me, I understand what it means have no time. But at the same time, everybody has the same amount of time. And even without comparing to everybody else, and you can talk about successful people that run multiple businesses, have families, and travel and all that things. But even without going there, because that may be just too far. But look at your own life, and you will see that some days feel like there is just you're at it. You're being productive. You're doing all the right things, and it's just really going well. And then the other days that just like the day gone, you haven't done really much. The time just kind of flew away or whatever, run away from you. And, it wasn't that great. And sometimes you just don't feel like doing anything. You may be bored. You kind of spend 2 hours of doing, Netflix or social media, and then you start blaming yourself. So first of all, each of those days, whether the scenarios were different, all had the same 24 hours, the metrics that we all live by. And yet they felt very different. You also know, if you, for example, as far as the time goes, if you're doing something like a really difficult workout, and I remember when I used to do hot yoga, you're supposed to hold each pose for 1 minute. And that's probably like the longest 1 minute of my life. But at the same time, when you're doing something different, what is a minute? A minute, it goes by so quickly. So it really depends how intentional and what are you doing with your time to first even say, I have no time. Now, I get it, like the jobs, the careers, running businesses, kids, families, life is full. I totally get it. Having said that, you can still do it. Do what is important to you. And this is what we're gonna get to in a bit, of like understanding what is actually really important to you and what is it that you want out of life. But if you don't do that, if you don't even question first and foremost what is really important to you and what it is that you want in life, you can be blaming it. And, I've heard all sorts of different things. The society, too many kids, or too little, or too difficult kids, or demanding kids, lack of support, they don't have anybody. You can blame it on your husband, you can blame it on your ex-husband, you can blame it on, anything. As long as you're going to tell yourself that story, you're going to tell others the story and reinforce the story, you're going to stay in that victim mode. You're going to stay in that reinforcing and believing in that story more and more. So first and foremost, understand that, and this is where the first and probably the most important mindset shift. Understand that your life is your creation. Your life is in your power. Whenever you give power to your kids, your husband, your ex-husband, to your friends, your society, government, whatever, you're giving your power away. You're giving your power away. So as long as you can say, yes, all of those things are happening around me, and yet I am the creator of my life. I am responsible for everything that's happening in my life. This is the first and foremost. It's so important, because once you do that, it's not to make your life more difficult because, oh my God, I have all the responsibility. I'm responsible. It's so much easier to say oh, that's not my fault. That's somebody else's fault. But as soon as you take that responsibility back, you take the power back. Because if this is what you are creating, if currently what you have in your life is this is what you're creating, that means that you can create something different. And that is so powerful. So, okay. And that is really, really powerful to take that power back. So once at that point, when you say enough is enough, this is all happening, I'm not going to be able to change all of that. That's fine. The circumstances are going to be the circumstances. However, you will be surprised. Once you say, I am the creator of my life and I am going to create the life that I want to create, things will start shifting around you. I promise you that. Things will start happening from nowhere. Somebody will offer, maybe take your kids for a walk. If you are in a job, something may actually happen. Sometimes things happen when you make a decision. Sometimes things I call it divine intervention happening. Things may actually force you into the shift. Force may be a bit of a stronger word, but actually make you reconsider or do things because the decision was made. So once you take your responsibility back and you say I am no longer wanting to be a victim of my life. I don't want to be telling the same story, because trust me, the more you're going to tell the story, the more you're going to have that story playing out in your life. So if you're going to change that story and say I've had enough, I am going to create my life, I'm going to make the decision, and I'm making that decision. So then ask yourself, what is it that you actually really want? And it's I want to be healthy, right? I get that a lot. I want to be healthy. What does it mean to you to be healthy? Trust me, for everybody, that definition is different. Being healthy, it varies from person to person. It also very much depends on where you are right now. So, and it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter what has happened before, where you are. It's where you want to go. What do you want in life? What does being healthy mean to you? If you want to say, I want to get, I want to lose weight. Okay. How much weight do you want to lose? What is ideal weight for you? Now, for women, it's a very subjective matter, and that's something we can discuss another time about the actual weight loss part. But another example, I want to be fit. What does it mean for you to be fit? What does it actually mean? And, because it's all good, and there is sometimes a place to go general, but I would like to suggest you going a little bit more specific on your desires. Because when you go to more specific, and it's I want to sleep better. I don't sleep. What does it mean? Do you want to sleep more? Do you want to sleep better? Do you want to go to bed early? Because if you have certain commitments and your kids wake you up at 6 a.m., it's not likely to change. That's fine. Kids may actually, go on their rhythm because they are much more in tune with their own desires. And I'm done. I've had enough sleep. I'm up. I want to play. Right. So, okay, you accept that this is what you chose to do with your life. You have kids, and this is a blessing for sure. And so then okay, well, if I want to sleep more, let's just say, like, what does it mean? What does it mean I want to sleep better? If I want to sleep more, make those decisions, make that clarity, ask yourself those questions of what is exactly that you want to have in your life. Where do you want to go? So ask yourself those questions. Next, when you actually get clear on your goals and you understand, you gotta get like, okay, well, or another example before I go further, I want to eat better. What does eat better mean? Like, what is it, eat better? I don't know. Like, again, for everybody it's different. If you're at a place where you only eat out 3 times a day and you most of the time eat junk food, then eating better means just including 1 home cooked meal in a day. If you're at a place where you're cooking everything from scratch and you still want to, like, you want to introduce juice into your life, maybe that's what for you that means eating better. For everybody, again, it's very individual, it's very different, and it's all good. There is no right or wrong here. It really depends on where you at, but even more so depends where do you want to go? How do you want to, what is it that you envision for your life? Ask yourself those questions and answer those questions. Now, once you answer those questions, so you get that better clarity of what is it that you want to achieve, and what is it that you want to have in your life, then you make a decision on actually getting that done. Instead of saying, oh, again, coming up with all those victim mode excuses and excuses are real, and you tell me like, no, those are real, you don't get it. Like, I have I don't have any support, I have the kids, I have to work, and I have to pick up the kids, and I have to drive the kids, and I have, like, I am such poor little me. I get it, right? This is life and this is happening. But instead of like, I get you, I'm poor little me, you can say, first of all, I get to do all those things because this is my life and I want to be, and if there's some things that you want to change, you can say everything that you put after I am, I can, and I will, are very powerful statements. So again, you look at your life, and depending what you want to change, you will make those decisions. So I'm like, I am going to eat better. I am going to introduce one healthy cooked meal, home cooked meal a day. If that's what it is, that's what it is. Maybe it's a week, and that's okay too. But you make that decision that I will go to sleep 15 minutes earlier. I get to do that, because when you make that decision and you make that priority is very clear, the universe will conspire. Universe, God, whatever you believe, the energy of, the higher source, you can refer to whatever resonates with you better, but it will conspire in your favor, and it will provide you with opportunities and helpful people, circumstances, and events that will help you get that decision and be like, oh my God, the kids were actually really nice and relaxed today, and I got to bed earlier, and I have that extra time. When you get that opportunity, do not use it. Remember your goal, and do not use it on spending extra, hours suddenly on Instagram and getting lost in the rabbit hole of Facebook videos. Because if the goal was clear to you, and you remind yourself of those goals and have them handy, then you act upon it. When the circumstance is provided in front of you, when the delivery of your request has been provided, then act upon it. Do as you wanted, not just like, oh, it's just a fluke, and maybe kids went to bed just early this one night, and I really need to catch up on my social media. No, you don't. If your decision was to sleep better, then go to bed 15 minutes earlier, right? So you then make that decision. And the next thing is, once you make that decision, if you don't know, for example, like you made that decision, I'm like, I have no idea how this is going to play out. I don't know how to even, I want to make this, I want to, I want to have that one cooked meal. I have no idea. Then watch out for, again, the information, the helpful things will come up in your life, and you're like, oh my gosh, like this is exactly what I've been looking for. It could be that you open the Facebook and the next ad you will see will be about healthy, meal delivery. Oftentimes also, I see that people's like, yeah, well, for example, I want my, meals delivered, or I want to be going to that gym, but that's like too expensive, or do this, do that. And again, it comes to the mindset shift. First of all, a lot of the times things are not as out of reach as you think. Just putting like, oh, that's too expensive. Did you actually find out how much exactly is it going to cost you? How much of whatever the one-time meal delivery is going to cost on picking up something from the vegan healthy restaurant across the road will actually, or in the area, or delivered to you will actually cost you oftentimes, actually more often than not, I've seen it that it's way more possible for the person than they think it is. It's just our imagination is amazing and creative, but it creates all those obstacles and creates all those difficulties and challenges that are actually not real. So once you get to find out what it means, even having somebody cook and deliver it for you personally may actually not be as expensive as you think, and you will actually be providing somebody with the opportunity to get extra, job for somebody who is, a nutrition student, for example, could be in the area and looking to get experience in plants. There are so many different opportunities and so many different solutions out there that you have no idea. You not even imagine what is possible. But the first step to even get to that unimaginary possibilities is to ask yourself, what is it that you want? And second of all, make a decision to actually get it. And then the next thing is, if it is something that you decide that you want to do, whether it's working out, sleeping, eating better, meditating, and I'm focusing on the obviously on the activities on things that will be beneficial for your health and well-being, and from the nutrition and mindset and wellness perspective, because that's my area of expertise. But you can do that with all sorts of other things as well. So then make sure you schedule it, even if it is like bedtime, right? Bedtime, make a decision to go to bed at a certain time, and schedule your and check out my other videos I did on bedtime rituals and how to get yourself to actually look forward to going to bed, as opposed to having FOMO and missing and thinking that you're going to miss out on all of the exciting things out there if you're going to go to bed half an hour earlier. So make that so schedule that bedtime is at whatever time, half an hour earlier, and make sure you follow that schedule, right? So that's because if nothing's scheduled, if you're not going to schedule that 5 minutes of meditation or 20 minutes of yoga or extra half an hour of sleep, it ain't going to happen. So make that commitment and show the universe that commitment that you're actually going to do it. So I'm just going to take a bit of a break. I've been talking a lot. Does it resonate with you? Does it make any sense? Let me know if any. Yeah, what do you think? Okay. So, so I can see that people are watching, but I don't see any comments. So I'm not sure if that's you just not commenting, which is cool. That's okay too. You might be watching me when you cannot comment. I might get it. But if you want to say something that I don't know, I see people watching. So, okay. The next thing is, right. I'm going to go back to the statements of I am, I can, and I will. And instead of the I have to, I must, I hate this, but I want to, but I have to do this. I don't want to do it now. So whenever you're in a position of again, the victim thing here comes back, and I say, you know what? Yeah, I don't have a choice. I have to do this because whatever the life is as such, and that could be. I'm not going to argue with you. That's fine if that's what you want to tell. Again, it's a story that you're telling yourself. And the second, you can just make that little shift of your mind, instead of I have to say I get to. Whether it is driving your kids around or cooking your meals or preparing lunches in the morning or whatever it may be, you get to do that. You're so lucky to get to do it, because for many people, what you call, have to will be a dream come true. So that's first, again, another first here. I get to do those things. The second is get yourself out of this, I have no choice, because you always have a choice, into the I make the decision. I am going to do that because I want to do this. And yes, it may be I don't want to do it. Why would I want to do something I don't want to do? First of all, if you really don't want to do it, and if you cannot do it or look for opportunities not to do it, that's one. Second of all, maybe you don't actually have to do it. Maybe it's this story that you're telling yourself. But if you really cannot get out of this, and if you really must do it, then make that shift in perspective and approach it from the power-based point that you get to do this. You make the decision to do that. You are in power. You are responsible for your life. You creating your life. Even if the situation has not changed and you're still going to be driving Kizarama, and you're still going to be getting up in the morning. But if you just decide that I always have a choice and I choose to do this because this is my life and that is actually important to me. That is a whole different world. You will feel different even if nothing has changed. So just that, again, going back to what I started this video with is taking responsibility and becoming a creator. And once you even do that, once you things will start shifting. Because also when you take that responsibility and you make clear decisions on what is it that you want in your life, which means that you're really prioritizing you. And it's so important to prioritize you, because from that power base, from that shift of perspective, if I'm the creator and I'm responsible and I get to do those things, it's a whole different world. And from that power base, you will also be a very different person towards people that are around you, and next to you, and just people that you're influencing in your life, because you are absolutely influencing people in your life, whether your children, your spouse, parents, siblings, and family, friends, and so on and so forth. So colleagues and business buddies. So, but once you make that call, make that decision that I get to do this, I can do this, I will do this, and I am, whatever it is that I am, it's so powerful, then you will be able to be in a much better position. Oh, I apologize. You will be in a much better position to serve, to be kinder, to share that love that you have to yourself to the people around you. So, on that, I think this is where I'm going to wrap up, actually. I would love to know if that resonates at all, if that makes any sense. And I thank you for watching. Thank you for joining me. Make sure you follow, if this is something that you like, make sure you follow this page so you don't miss my next videos. I do the Thursday every week at 2 p.m. I bring on different topics. I post some other things on my page, which is all very cool and inspirational, and my goal and mission to provide you with inspiration and useful and actionable steps to improve your mindset and life. So, as I call it, you can shine on the dance floor of life. Thank you. Have yourself a wonderful rest of Thursday. Did I say it was Wednesday? It is Thursday. So have yourself a great rest of Thursday and weekend, and I will see you soon. Thank you. Bye for now.